I pulled a lot of people out of strokes. Matter of fact, one guy triple strokes. I told you about that one. Triple strokes, bam, bam, bam. So they told his wife to go make funeral arrangements. I told his wife to go get a feeding tube and bring him home, and she did. And I had him up counting his ABCs and having fun, at least communicating well, in 3 months. Triple strokes. So all I got to tell you is, you get in there, get on your fruits, berries, and melons, get on your upper circuit, brain, and nerve. Now, with that said, you want to address why you had the stroke, don't you? So there's several reasons for strokes. So let's go over them for a minute, because this is important. I know we have a lot to cover, but these are important. Let's say you had a parathyroid weakness, and you consumed a lot of meat, a lot of protein. Well, when you dump meat or protein into your blood, there's a serious problem, because your blood is not protein dominant by any stretch of the imagination. So what you've just done is brought your pH of your blood down from 7.4 to who knows what, depending on the nature of the food you're eating. But you're also bringing yourself into a danger zone of death, because as you move your blood pH to the acid side, death is within minutes. So your blood is always stealing electrolytes somewhere, burning its electrolytes within the blood itself to try to deal with this. But it must maintain its pH at the same time, so if it burns its electrolytes, it's going to throw itself in danger like it knows it will, and then death will be imminent. So it needs to steal some. So the main electrolyte, and you see this in blood work, you see this all the time in symptomology, and the main, of course, electrolyte the body can steal out of its own vascular wall, this is before the blood enters anywhere, is calcium. So you start leaching calcium out of your connective tissue. This then creates spider veins, varicose veins, petechia, which is bruising easy, all these sort of things you begin to see, wrinkles, things like that on the skin, connective tissue, prolapsing, herniations, aneurysms. These are all byproducts of the loss of calcium in the body's effort to maintain an equilibrium in chemistry, which is base dominant. So, let's suggest that you had a parathyroid weakness, you lost a lot of calcium, you could have had a vascular collapse or a vascular spasm. All right, that's from that side of it. On the other hand, you could be leaching calcium, creating calcifications, and then occluding or blocking the artery wall from calcifications, therefore creating ischemic changes and strokes, blah, 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 blah. All right? Then it could be, of course, your cholesterols. And cholesterols are your antacids, and of course they build up in your vascular wall where the cell wastes are being produced. And this again thickens the wall and then creates occlusions and platelet agitation and blah, 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 and then a stroke there. So you got really several reasons that you can have a stroke. So when someone has a stroke, I go in and I clean up the whole body, head to toe. I'm going after the acid system, right? So I'm going after the lymphatic system. I don't have to worry about the blood because I'm going to change my diet. And as soon as I change my chemistry and ingestion, my blood's going to go, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel so good now. So you have to change your life to a raw food lifestyle. That'll clean up your blood beautifully. But you have a little blowback here lymphatically, but mostly the blood cleans itself into the lymph system by a spleen and kidneys. So then you've got your kidneys to make sure you're filtering. So you've got to go back and fix all these problems that could have caused this stroke. If it's an occlusion, if you've had a CAT scan, you obviously have, then you know which it probably is. Either way, whether it's calcifications or whether it is occlusions of cholesterol or lipids or whatever, you fix all those the same way. You fix them all the same way. And that is, you start to get your kidneys and your adrenal glands back online. You get your adrenal glands producing more neurotransmitters than your steroids. You get your kidneys filtering again. You get your skin sweating. Now you are hydrating your body interstitially as you're beginning to consume the fruits and the berries and the melons. Vegetables as well, but not near as fast as you're hydrating fruits, berries, and melons. So now you start hydrating a very dehydrated state of condition within the body, whether it's the brain or all through you, doesn't matter. As you hydrate interstitially, the fluid becomes more viable, more movable. And so now you start taking a stagnation of the lymph system. Now you're starting to get that moving. You start loosening up the lymph nodes. You start getting the kidneys to filter. So now the lymph nodes are opening up. And so now the sewage can move from the cells through the lymph nodes, be dealt with, and then taken to the kidneys or the skin. And all this process is vital to get well and to fix anything that you can ask me about. That's your doorway. Always. To every single thing there is.